Hello, I'm Mr. Burke. Today we're going to look at using this program here, which is called ProVector, to help us draw some of our logos that we've been doing for this project. So when you go onto ProVector.com or ProVector.app, I should say, you're going to start for free. You don't need to log in. It's completely free to use app. Now, when we get in here, if we're uploading a file from previously, we can click on here to open the file, but we're starting a new one, so we can just go here to create. Now, we can change the size if we want. As you can see, it's in A4, which is absolutely fine for me, and we'll just go create. Okay, so you can see here, this is like an A4 piece of paper, which is absolutely fine. Now, what we've done is we've done some drawings on paper and we're going to trace over them. So what we need to do first is we need to bring in the image. So you'll find it here in the Insert Image tab. It's a little picture, a little icon of an image. You hover over it, it tells you it's Insert Image. So let's click on that. And then I need to click where I'm going to drop it. So I'm going to click here and it will ask me to open that image. So right down here, I've got my little logo and let's open up that. Now, once I've dropped it in, I need to select this select tool to be able to move it around. You see, it's not exactly, it was up there in the corner. Now I can drag it around, okay? If I kept on this image tool, like this little cross, it would try and insert a new image. So as soon as I drop it, we'll select tool and we'll be able to move it around. Now, I want to trace over this, okay? So I have it here as a drawing, but I want to trace over to make a digital copy. Or I could do it straight from here. So there's a few ways I can do this. I really like the pen tool. The pen tool allows you to be able to draw with points that connect together and go back. So if I was to select this tool, I can do the pen tool and I will start to just click that, not click and hold, just click it once, move over here, click again, click again, click again, and you can see the way it's starting to give the outline in white around it and all the way up. I'm actually going to change this to a different color so we'll be able to see it a bit better. And we'll come all the way back. Now you can see it's clicking around and it's doing it at the color of white. It will change it in a few moments. It looks a bit weird because it's doing over. If I come all the way to the back, you will see it has joined up. I'm going to select on this tool here and I'm going to select this to be red now. So you can see, I can see it a bit better. Now, if any of those points aren't great, I can select this one here, okay, which is Direct Select Tool, to be able to move any of those points. If I want to zoom in, actually, I'm going to hold Control and use my mouse to zoom in and see the way I can move this point around to make it a bit better. I also want this point to be more of a curve, so if I click on it, I get this circle here and I can turn it into a curve and I can change the kind of angle of the curve, okay? So let's move that there. I'm going to click this again, so let's select the tool and let's go to this one here. I want to move this over a little bit more so it's a little bit better, and again I can adjust these however I want. And we're going to move this one up a little bit more as well. So see the way I'm able to change it. So I just draw it loosely first, and then afterwards I can go back and I can change it to something that looks a bit better. I actually deleted that point there, so there was an extra point that I didn't want. So I selected and I just hit delete on my computer and it deleted that point. I'm going to undo that by going Control Z. But any point I don't want, I can just select on it and delete it, or Control Z to go back. Now, as you can see, I want to have I've got the glasses, but I want to cut away the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce down the opacity of this. See it's becoming faded so I can see it a bit better. And again, I'm just going to use a square this time to do this square. Okay. In this scenario, though, I want this square to be white. So see, that is the fill. I want the fill to be white, which is fine. And I want the outline of it, or the stroke, to be white as well. Okay. And it should have gone. Yes, it has. Just, it's hard to see. I want actually this to be, I'm going to move this image out of the way, the drawing I've brought in. and I'm going to change this opacity up, and I'm going to make that black as well. So see the way now I've got the glasses there. I can do the same for this beard and this. I can use shapes to build it up, or I can draw. I can also do a pencil tool, which allows me to freehand draw, and see the way it's giving me a solid thing. I can go back. Oh, let's delete that and go to my select tool if I want to move anything. I can go in here and I could delete any of these points I want by going onto my direct select tool, and see that point there. I could start to delete some of these points, and you see the way they're disappearing. Okay. The main thing I want to do is I want to create a solid shape, okay, that is a solid color. Okay, I'm going to delete this image here. So if I have this and I'm happy with this, what I'm going to do then is I am going to file, I am going to export it as a JPEG. So for our vinyl cutter, we want to be exporting as a JPEG. If I'm not finished yet and I want to save it up, I will click Save As, and I will give it a name and I will save it somewhere. And let's save it up right here as logo and go save. So the next time I come back and I want to edit a bit more, I will go here, but now I will click to find that project, which I've got saved here as logo, and we'll open it up. So see the way I can carry on with any work. Okay, so we're using our pencil tool, our pen tool. There's also shapes here. Okay, I can do a circle, and again, it's got no fill at the moment. I could give it a fill of red. It's better to do it at a solid color of black. Now, whatever color you draw it on the program here, it doesn't matter. We're going to cut it out of whatever color we want from the vinyl color, but it's better for it to be solid black here. So a monochrome, black and white. Okay, that is how to have a go at starting using this ProVector.app. Have a go at that and see if you can make your logo on this digitally from our drawings.